All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar. Give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and women who follow. This is the brother Karatazar from the GMS Nebraska camp, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yashai. This one being entitled, Neither Esau nor the Heathen Can Match the Spirit of the Most High. All right, this is based off of the magicians in the book of Exodus, as well as the so-called white man today, who is trying to be like the Most High, who is trying to match wits with the Most High, so to speak. But they're going to fall short. They're going to be confounded, same as these magicians were. So with that being said, Lord's word is edifying, and we'll start with Exodus chapter 7 and verse 11. It says, "Now Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantments, for they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents." Right. So this is after. Uh, let me start back real quick. Um, Yeah, verse 10 says that Moses and Aaron went, went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. So then he called his little cronies, and they did the same thing, right? In verse 12, it says, "For they cast down every man his rod, they became serpents, but Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods," right? So that's just showing you this is the first time this has happened. All right. And it's just showing the power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai that is greater than these so-called magicians, which, magic, all of this shit is real, you know. People don't believe in, they say is magic tricks or, yeah, there are magic tricks, but there is a left hand side magic. All right, there are spirits, and there are people who try to invoke these spirits, and they use it for the left hand side. All right, but the left hand side is not going to confound the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahshai. All right, the deceiver and the deceived are His. Right, they belong to the Most High. The Most High has both sides. Let's matter of fact, before we get to the next one, let's just grab a quick scripture, see if I can quote it. Um, fall at Gilead. Um, should say, dang. How can I quote it? Give me a second here. Spirit in all his. There we go. There we go. So First Kings 22:19 it says, "And he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up to fall at Ramoth Gilead? And he said on and one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also, go forth and do so. right? So you had the Lord having a council with right hand spirits, these good spirits, and then spirits on the left, which were these evil spirits. Which an evil spirit said that he's going to become a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets, right? Showing you that the Lord is in control of both good and evil, right? But as I said before, you had people who would conjure up these demons and use them for their own bidding, should I say. Like here. This is Exodus 8 and verse 7. It says, let me see. I'll start at verse 6. It says, And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs from the land of Egypt. Right? So they're still trying to match the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And then Pharaoh called Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord Yahweh. Right? So even though they matched the wits, Pharaoh's still feeling it. He still understands that, hey man, this shit is annoying. He's feeling it. He didn't let us go after the frogs, but um, these magicians, they're starting to come up short. So let's keep the story going. Exodus 8:19. Let me jump back. Um, Verse 17 says, all right, 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in a man and in beast, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. And the magician said unto Pharaoh, This is the finger of the Most High. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. So they were beaten, they were defeated. They said, Hey, look, man, this is the finger of the Most High. They did this. They couldn't, turn the dust into lice. All right, so the same way that they're feeling defeated, all right, the so-called white man is not going to admit that he's defeated, all right, but he's going to be defeated, all right, but he's going to go down with the ship. He's going to go down as a hoe ass nigga, for the remainder of eternity. All right, that's Exodus 9 and let me see. I'll start at 8. It says, And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust in the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts, and throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes out of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up towards heaven, and it became a boil, breaking forth with blains upon men and upon beasts. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, and the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. Right. So not only Pharaoh going through it, the Egyptians going through it, the whole people going through it. You know, at this point they're like, man, just fucking let them go. Why are we having to go through all of this? Because you're because Pharaoh's being hard headed and high minded. Well, the Lord had a spirit on Pharaoh to be hard headed, to be high minded, because he wanted to show his power within him. He wanted to show, hey, look, I can humble anybody, I can crack anybody, you know, and that's what eventually happened. All right, the Lord, sent these plagues. I believe this in the Apocrypha. Uh, Second Ezra 16 and 19 says, "Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment," right? For correction. So he sent these plagues to Egypt to correct it, all right, because they had been uh, oppressing the children of Israel, right? So the Lord had to get that get back for us. And like I said, all this is relevant today because you have the so-called white man, the modern day Pharaoh, who is trying to again match wits with the Most High. So let's get this. Bear with me. Um, Isaiah 14. We'll start at 13. It says, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." Right. So this is the so-called white man's dreams. Right. That he will ascend into heaven. That he will exalt his throne above the stars of the Most High. Right. Above the Israelites. Above anything that's called holy. The so-called white man wants to be God himself. All right. That's why he puts on the same things. Like he has his drones, his spaceships, right? They can hover, they can be undetectable, they can do all this magical stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we know that the chariots, right? The chariots can do everything that they can do, but better. You know, they can fly, they can stop on a dime, they can maneuver, they can do all these different formations. All right, they got weapons. Slakia, totally prepared for whatever needs to be done. So what else? This is Revelation 12:7. It says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels." Right? Even though they know that their modern day weapons are no use for the chariots, they're still going to try to fight them. All right, thinking that this is Independence Day or that they can somehow come up with a victory. No, it's going to be total obliteration, and annihilation. Right. So let's get Revelation 13:16. It says, "And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Right, which that is the MOT to the B. Right, the C hip. This is another way the so-called white man wants to be like the Most High. Right, he's making like a digital covenant with the people because we know the scriptures say in Jeremiah 31:31, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and will write it in their hearts, and it's like it will be their power, and they should be my people." Well, Esau wants his own people as well, but he wants to control you. He wants to control every aspect of your life. If you're going anywhere, you gotta let him know. If you're getting something to eat, you gotta let him know. You going to bed early, you gotta let him know. Esau is a control freak. Freaking a maniac. He has to have control. So him having control, which the Most High has control, right? Everything is done by His will. So Esau wants that same level of devotion. So the only way he can do that is by making you dependent on these devices. All right. Um. yeah, that's probably. I think that's it. That's all I really wanted to get. So I wanted to make the comparison. You know, like I said, those the Magi back in Egypt, they tried to match. You know, task for task with the Most High, but they couldn't keep up. Esau is going to try to do the same thing. You know, he has these new microwave weapons. He has all these fancy pants, machineries, AI, uh, military weapons, all kinds of things. You know, but none of that's going to matter. All right, because when these chariots come to lay the land flat, all right, that's what's going to happen. All that shit's going to get burnt up over here. All right, when the Lord comes back, when his elect has been sealed, all right, that's when you devils are going to pay. That's when the big payoff is coming in. All right, so with that being said, Lord, you were edified, and we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. We give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity. Shalom.